Hello everyone, my name is David Allen Gay and thank you very much for watching the latest GoFundMe initiative update dated Sunday, May 15, 2016. Before I begin with today's topic, I would like to thank all of those out there who have DM'd me through Twitter or sent me a private comment in my blog at davidallengay.wordpress.com asking about the person in my previous video who had to go to the hospital, how that person is doing. I am very happy and delighted to report that the person is on the road to recovery. Is expected to make a full return to health. It will take time, but with patience and assistance, that person will have nothing to worry about and will be back to full steam in no time. My role as part of a team of people who will be helping this person out is to keep the person's place clean while they are going through the recuperation process. This involves vacuuming and dusting, sweeping floors, wiping counters, and ensuring that the place is clean so that when the person does finally return home, they won't have to worry about a filthy place. They'll have a nice clean place to come home to. So again, thank you very much for asking about that. It means a lot to me. It means that you care, and it also means that you are making an effort to follow my GoFundMe initiative through the YouTube channel. Now, today's topic is an impression people have about what's called crowdfunding. And crowdfunding, of course, as you know, is where a person asks for a bunch of people to raise money to meet a goal, a desired goal. And I mentioned GoFundMe, but there's also Beglist and Crowdsource and all these other things out there where people can go online and ask for donors to pay for something that they're trying to obtain. And one article written by Rosemary Counter in the April edition of MacLean's magazine brings into question the validity and the sincerity of some of these initiatives. As she wrote, crowdfunding has made moochers of us all. Is it time to consider its true cost? She also adds, for those people who are trying to raise money for European vacations, lavish weddings, or car repairs, does that, in essence, devalue both the service and all of the other initiatives that are currently going on through Beglist and GoFundMe and all of these other places? I think that's a rather harsh analysis. I think you need to speak to each of the individual people to get a general idea what their goals are and exactly what type of person they are. Yes, I do agree that some of the points raised are about the European vacation and the lavish weddings is pretty frivolous, and I think that is a misuse of what GoFundMe and Beglist is supposed to be for. My interpretation when I started my GoFundMe initiative 9 months ago, actually I think it's coming up more to be 10 months ago, was to raise awareness about the crisis situation that I am, which was being homeless and being out of work for so long, and my desire to return back to financial self-reliance and self-sufficiency. I don't feel that makes me a moocher, especially since that my initiative was not the first thing that I did when I found myself out of work. The first thing that I did when I found myself out of work was to start looking for work, which is what everyone is supposed to do when they find themselves out of a job. That means applying for work, going on interviews, going to workshops and employment centers, going to job fairs, networking, and being ready and available for any sort of work. That is what I usually do at 7 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. I do not go to my GoFundMe dashboard and check and see who donated money or make a video. The first thing that I do is apply for a job where I see an opening online through Simply Hired or Indeed or KW Job Shop, or Toronto Job Shop, or Monster, or Work Office. That is the first thing that I've done when I found myself out of work. It is the first thing that I do many years later. The GoFundMe initiative in these videos is to raise awareness and to be part of a very large and very complex job search machinery that runs about 6 to 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Sunday I do take the time off and I treat it like a day off. But it is in essence a job search. But the GoFundMe initiative is not the job search. It's actually one very small part. Does that make me or anyone else that use the GoFundMe initiative service mooch? I don't think so. I think you have to speak to these people, each of us, and ask informed, educated questions about what each of us are trying to do. I think if you take that approach, you will find that not all of us operate under a single hive collective or intelligence. Some of us actually do have very important things to do. I do feel that what I am doing, which is keeping off the street and trying to get back to full-time work, is very important and not frivolous at all. There are also more important initiatives than mine, such as the Fort McMurray fundraising campaign being done to raise money for people who lost their homes and their personal belongings because of the fires in Alberta. There are people who are trying to raise money for an experimental drug that's not funded through their medical plan for cancer treatment. I think that's extremely important. I don't think that's frivolous, and I think that's very much even more important than what I'm doing. So, for Rosemary Counter to bring into question through her article that maybe GoFundMe and maybe the people who use the service are being moochers and having the sense of entitlement that maybe we should be given money for the things that we want rather than earn it, I think that's kind of an unfair analysis. I really think that she and many other people out there in social media land or in journalism or whatever just needs to have a moment to sit down and talk to people like myself and ask informed, educated questions. What are we doing with this? Why are we doing this? What do we hope to accomplish in these? And I do hope that with my video series that I've done, my blog at davidallengay.wordpress.com, and some of the other comments that I've made through Discus, for example, I hope that from my point of view, from my perspective, from my point of view, I've made people aware that what I'm doing is not frivolous. It is actually quite important. It is not the most important thing on GoFundMe, but it is certainly not a frivolous thing. It is very important. I mean, what is wrong with asking for getting assistance to keep me off the street and to ensure that I have a job search to continue so that when the day comes when I do get a full-time job that is steady and not temporary, that I can actually close down my GoFundMe initiative and you won't have to see this face anymore on YouTube. I think that would be wonderful. I would love to go back to watching videos and not making videos. I'm not very comfortable doing this sort of thing, but I do this not because I'm being frivolous in my request, but I am dealing with an urgent need. So to close, what am I asking for? Well, obviously what I'm asking for is to return back to financial self-sufficiency and self-reliance. That is done through finding a job. If any of you out there are in the Cambridge, Waterloo, or Kitchener area who can give me work, I certainly have no problem coming in for an interview or doing part-time work or any sort of thing where I can actually start earning a paycheck. I want to work. I'm not a lazy person. In the meantime, if you do not have work for me, what I am asking for is not one person to pay $11,000 to pay for the rent for this place so that other people don't have to, because it is, as I mentioned before, not a long-term sustainable thing. There is going to be a day where I'm going to be told, that's it. You either have to pick up the tab or you get out. I don't think that's a long-term thing. I think that's actually coming over the hill. Again, I'm not asking for one person to do this. I am, however, asking 11,000 people out there, social media land, blogosphere, watching the cat videos on YouTube and Daily Motion, to contribute $1 to the rent to this place. I am asking 22,000 people from that same cyber universe to pay 50 cents. I am asking the same people, 110,000 strong, to pay a dime. Whatever you can donate to what I feel is a very important cause would be gratefully appreciated. It will not be squandered or spent on silly stuff, but on the basic essentials, which is a roof over my head, food on the table, and the strength and resolve to continue my job search so that I can become a contributing member of society once again, just like the people out there watching this video right now. Thank you very much for watching this update. If you have any questions, you can reach me through YouTube. You can reach me through my blog at davidallengay.wordpress.com. I have a Twitter account, David_Allen, ALAN_gay on Twitter. You can leave me a DM there. And I'm willing to sit down with you face to face to give you an informed perspective as to what I'm trying to accomplish, what I am willing to do in order to return back to work. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a good day. Bye for now.